Hey, travelers, back again this week. All these beers this week are brought to you by Greg Zappa. Thanks,
year,
Greg Zappa.
beers are always brought to you by the Hot Passport.
The Hot Passport.
Don't drink without your passport.
Don't drink out without your Hot Passport. This week we're going to talk about Bobtown Brewhouse.
No, yes, Bobtown.
Yes, Bobtown.
They have a lady brewer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's
cool.
in Wisconsin. So the Wisconsin Hot Passport, you can get yours at hotpassport.com.
If anything, Bobtown is a unique brewery in western Wisconsin because
Roberts, Wisconsin.
they're in Bob County, I believe, which is why they're called Bobtown, I believe.
Roberts County, probably. I don't think there's a Bob County.
I really hope it's Bob County.
I think they actually might even be in St. Croix County, but I think it's
Township. Township. I meant to say township.
It's called Bobtown because they're in Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, they're one of the few brew
Way to
pubs.
make that one up, though.
I'm pretty sure it's Township of Bob.
Okay. Sure.
Regardless.
Bob's Township.
Bob's Township, guys. Regardless, they're one of the few brew pubs in western Wisconsin. In western Wisconsin, we have two.
Yeah.
Bobtown and K Point.
There you go.
You can get food at K Point. And I guess Pitchfork you can get some food at because of Patty Ryan's right next to it.
Right, but they're not technically
They're not connected.
Yeah, they're not a brewery and grill.
For being a very brew pubs are very common everywhere else except for here.
And not only they are a one barrel brewery. At least that's what it says in here.
Yeah.
And their brewer Katie is the fifth female brewer in the Midwest.
They're a real one barrel brewery too. They're not like
not like a
one barrel brewing.
Right.
Who's like, well, wink wink. Well, I mean, one barrel makes a lot of beer for one barrel.
Yeah. Yes. An awful lot of beer. They're brewing around the clock. But anyway, Bobtown in Roberts, Wisconsin. Get your Hot Passport. $5 off if you use the promo code Taproom Travelers.
Huh, wonder how we came up with that one.
When they asked me, I was like, oh, man. Could be a lot of things. I thought about Greg Zappa.
the official mascot of the episode now.
If there's an actual Greg Zappa out there, I want to meet you. And you can come in and be on an episode with us.
I took a bit more because I figured you'd take a little bit less. We'll give the rest to
Yeah,
Alex.
you're right. So our first beer of the night is Stone Fear Movie Lions.
Because
Fear Movie Lions is the name of beer.
I'm sure there's a reference that this is making that I don't think any of us know the reference, which is pretty odd because we're a pretty eclectic group of dudes who know most things.
Yeah.
When assembled, we're like the Midwest drinking slightly fat version of Captain Planet's team.
Yes.
But
I want to be Wind.
I dibs on Heartman. I can talk to animals.
Oh,
I'm like Dr. Doolittle.
You watched a lot of it, didn't you?
No, too much. Anywho, let's drink some double IPA and talk about it.
Yeah. That's my favorite beer.
Oh, it smells fantastic.
Boy, that is sure hoppy.
I could love that smell. Just love it.
I like the taste, though.
It's I don't know if is this a hazy?
I guess you could consider this a hazy IPA.
I don't.
For those that are in our area, not hazy enough.
Yeah, those haze chasers out there.
Oh yeah.
We need to think of a name for them. The people that just chase haze.
Yeah, for those of you out there, if you want to make up a name for the haze chasers, or maybe if you're one yourself and you have a different name for yourself, comment below. We'd like to hear from you.
I say the nose. There's a ton on the nose, and I'm kind of a little congested right now. I get a ton, and I'm congested.
Yeah.
But I'd say the mouth is mellow hop. And all Stone IPAs they, in my opinion, they have a touch of sweetness in them. They kind of balance them out a little bit.
Yep.
And definitely get that Stone kind of little touch of sweetness in there. Nice pine, though.
But not like overly piney. It's not really that
that
uppercut that you would get from a double IPA.
Little citrus. It's what an IPA should be.
It's a solid beer.
It's a bouquet of hop flavor.
Yes, a bouquet.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. You know what I like about Stone? They make 16-ounce 6-packs. No one else does that.
Yeah, you'll notice that their can is a lot bigger than the other cans.
Like Arrogant Bastard comes in a 16-ounce 6-pack.
Yeah, why not?
It's a lot of beer for your dollar.
Yeah,
and that's always concerns. You know, you go. Got families.
You mean it's not $20 a 6-pack?
No, it's like $11.
How about that?
That's not so bad.
What a deal.
What a deal.
What a deal.
Stone's a fun brewery too. I mean, they're one of the OGs in the kind of the IPA craft world. Arrogant Bastards. I think we talked about it on their show.
Arrogant Bastards, its own brand, right?
It's its own brand now. Yeah. Or its own company.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, Stone's been around for like 25 years too, which is a crazy time for a brewery to be around for, if you think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of. Didn't you have a stat the other week that something about most craft breweries or the majority of them are in the last 5 years have opened within the last 5 years?
Or majority of the craft breweries that are driving the growth have opened in the last 5 years. But, that's also easier for a small craft brewery to drive growth.
Right, because they're just opening and they're the new shiny car.
You sell 20 barrels, then you sell 100 barrels. It's like, well, we grew by... Whereas Stone, they're a huge company, so for them to push more volume is kind of more work, I guess. So
Sure.
Yeah.
How about that?
More work, man.
More work.
No, I would say I would give this a 5 out of 5, though. I'm enjoying...
I would drink all of one of those. Which is saying a lot for an IPA.
Yeah. That's pretty much like a ringing endorsement at this point.
Yeah, basically.
Landon would drink one of them.
I would drink one of them. So this is from Bobtown. It's called Rally Ale, and it's a beer, a style that I don't know that we've ever had on the vlog before. It's a Kentucky Common.
No, I don't think we've ever done a Kentucky Common.
No.
Kentucky Common.
No.
Say that 5 times fast.
Right? Some really nice can art, though. A horse with sunglasses and crazy hair.
Oh, yeah. Love the can art.
So Kentucky Common. What can you tell us about Kentucky Common, Troy?
Very, very little, to be honest with you. I actually think it's
Is it neither from Kentucky nor common?
I think it's a runoff or something to do with when they're making whiskey or bourbon.
Yeah.
There's a malt runoff that you can take and re-ferment. Because usually a common, like a California common, is lager yeast fermented at ale temperatures.
Yes.
So I feel like there's a similar process going in with this, but they're somehow involved with whiskey. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, it's got a color like whiskey.
Yeah.
I
don't think there's any whiskey in it. I don't think it's aged in whiskey or anything like that. Yeah.
But it's a darker brown.
I don't get much on the nose, but I'm also congested. So
No, I don't either, and I'm not congested.
Oh, that's delightful.
Yeah, just a nice drinking beer.
Easy, sweet, just a little bit of sweetness in there. Nice carbonation.
Which you would get the common from,
Yeah.
If you're going to have a sessionable, instead of calling it a session, they call it a common.
Yeah, I could drink multiple of these.
Yeah. There's a guy that's a regular down at the Lazy Monk here in Eau Claire. That he's from Kentucky, Clark. Loves himself a Kentucky Common.
Yeah, I almost feel bad. I should have done more research coming into this. I'm not an expert in Kentucky Commons because it is such a peculiar style that I don't often.
Do you know what I like to do on the vlog? Just bring stuff out of nowhere and
just hit it.
Why would you prepare for a show?
Well, it's kind of fun because we go into this blind. We're not necessarily like pre-building a script going into.
Yeah, we had a meeting that was not about this at all before this. Yeah. So we just came in and
you're kind of getting our honest takes on a lot of these beers.
I think the most preparation that I usually have for it is picking beers.
Yeah,
and that's it. Yeah, sometimes there's really no theme behind any of it.
I bought this today.
Yeah. Nice.
First time having it right now.
There you go.
First time having it.
I've never had anything from Bobtown before, so that's the first time I've had anything from them. But it's a great beer. It's well done.
I've met their brewer a couple times. She's super cool too. Like they're a fun little brewery. They're cranking out some good beers. They're in kind of that weird part of Wisconsin, western Wisconsin. You think Roberts would be a thriving metropolis because it's a lot of like bedroom community for the cities. But really, not as much.
Just a lot of houses, not really thriving so much as a community. It's more of just
bedrooms.
Bedrooms.
People come in, they sleep, they go back to the cities the next day. So that whole kind of I-94 corridor is kind of an odd area, and it's neat that there's this little hole in the wall Bobtown. I remember I used to sell beer at that bar before it was Bobtown. It was L&M.
Sure.
And I think their number one package was Busch Light.
Nice.
So mean,
it's a big change.
So when they closed and then they said they were going to open up a brewery there, I was like, oh, finally a win, for this area, because that's really the only good bar in that area too. So,
right.
Yeah. Even if you're just like looking for a place to drink,
it's a good place.
Yeah.
And Robert's not all that far away from Somerset or Hudson, so
really it isn't. Yeah.
No, Somerset is Oliphant, and then of course you can go to
Hudson.
Yeah, or in Somerset it has a sportsman's club, home of the Redneck Juice. If you like Bloody Marys,
I think it makes a good Bloody Mary.
They make a good Bloody Mary. The only place that I've got an egg with my Bloody Mary.
Oh, really?
Deviled egg. Oh, yeah.
We should make an episode just devoted to the ridiculous Bloody Marys of Wisconsin.
Oh, and they are ridiculous, some of them.
I like mine with a Cornish hen on it.
Yes. Do you have half a turkey or a big turkey leg? I like mine with a turkey leg. That way I can really sleep after I'm done with it.
I need a slider and a pizza on mine.
So this last beer is from one of the newest, hippest breweries in Duluth.
Earth Rider.
I think it's in Duluth, right?
Another lady brewer.
No, Superior. I'm sorry. My apologies to all of you in Superior. I know the divide that there is there.
We're starting fights here on this show.
I don't want to get in the middle of anything.
Oh, we want to get in the middle of it.
Troy wants to get in the middle of it. You come looking for him. Don't come looking for me.
So, yeah, Superior has Earth Rider. I believe she was the head brewer over at Thirsty Pagan, and then she moved over to start her own venture. Now, Earth Rider, I was up there not too long ago.
Yep.
And there's the brewery, but the tap room's not in the brewery. The tap room's in a bar right next to the brewery.
Oh.
And it's like an old Superior bar. It was very much a Wisconsin towny bar. And if you know Wisconsin towny bars, that's a very distinct look. And so they kind of took it and they kind of kept the feel of the Wisconsin bar, the towny bar, but they cleaned it up. They got rid of the drop ceilings and stuff.
Yep.
So it's kind of fun to drink craft beer, like really good craft beer in one of those kind of settings. I mean, we all grew up in those kind of bars to a certain extent, and it's kind of fun being in one of those and not having to choke down a Busch Light. You could drink a very good craft beer in that towny bar. And so yeah,
and if you know Superior, it's a very blue collar city town.
I think that's actually a really interesting subject we could almost talk about at length in a different episode, is breweries in the towns that they're in. Because sometimes you get a town that's a blue collar town and like a brewery opens up and it's like a fancy, all glass and exposed wood, and everyone's like, ooh.
Well, and good for Earth Rider, embracing their surroundings and
they just like, we're a towny bar. We're gonna be a nice towny bar.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And like I said, it's very clean. It's very nice inside. They got rid of the drop ceilings and stuff like that. And the carpet, they're like, the walls used to be covered in carpet. And I was talking to her about it, and I was like, I'm glad you got rid of it. But it's still, it fits its settings.
Yeah.
It's not like oh, yep, there it is. It's not like I see it a mile away.
So this is a raspberry tart wheat ale.
I get raspberry, and I definitely get tart on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're great nose descriptions. We're just like, yep, the beer smells like what it's supposed to. Tartan.
Which is good. I mean, the last thing that you want is to smell a beer and then go, that doesn't taste anything like what I smelled.
Why is it strawberries? It shouldn't taste...
This beer smells like schnozberries, but it doesn't taste like schnozberries. Yeah.
Ooh, that is pleasant.
It's a good tart. Not overly tart, not like a sour, but an actual, what they call it, is a tart.
Everyone has a different place for sours. For me, I like keeping sours in my fridge for when my palate gets fatigued on other beers.
Yeah.
You can switch to a sour. It's a completely different flavor profile than any other kind of beer.
And typically really low ABV.
Yeah. It's usually my last beer of the night. It's usually a sour.
This one's not really low. It's a 5.
Well,
depends not high. I mean, for us, that's crazy low.
It's like, 5. I could drink 8 of these.
That's it? Man. I don't know what this one was.
It's tart. It's light. I think I'm glad sour beers have become popular for this reason too. They're also good. Like my mom would probably drink this beer.
Yeah.
My mom wouldn't drink any other beers, but you can give her like a fruited sour and she's all in. And so it's kind of nice that the beer world has gotten so large that you can bring everyone into it.
Well, there's a lot of people that I've met that if you call it a beer, they won't drink it.
Yeah.
And if they even try it, they go, "Oh, it tastes too much like a beer." But if you go, here, have some wine. And they look at it and they go, oh, okay. And they drink it and they go, oh, that's really good. And you go, that's a beer. I got you.
Yeah. Especially too in the sour world, because sour beers, and this might be a good sour episode to do sometime, but you can sour beer really 3 different ways. You can kettle sour, you can sour it with the correct bacteria, or you can sour it in a barrel. And I would have to guess that this is probably kettled soured, which means when they put it in the mash tun, they usually you don't crack your grain, so you use the natural bacterias on the grain to sour the beer as it sits in the mash, and then that way in the brew kettle. So then that way when you boil it, it kills off all that bacteria, so you don't have to worry about it infecting your systems.
Right.
So if I had to guess, I'd say this is probably a kettled sour. But
well, and that's most of the sours that we see
sours,
anyway. Unless they're an all sour facility, because then you don't. Those bacteria are getting all over the place.
Precisely.
Yeah. And we could talk more about that at length. And we did talk some with Everett at Central Waters about it.
Sure.
So
you can also do some barrel souring too, but that usually jacks up the price considerably.
They're doing a souring program now. They're starting one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, Central Waters already has one of the best whiskey barrel programs. I can only imagine that.
Absolutely.
But Earth Rider is fun too.
Yes. Good. Back to Earth Rider.
Yeah.
We like that too.
I'm excited for Earth Rider. I feel like they have a lot of promise for a Western Wisconsin kind of northern brewery here. They can kind of rep Superior pretty well for us.
Well, and that's the North Shore there. Duluth and Superior have really started to come on with. They're a little behind like the cities and whatever, but
you got Bent Paddle. They're doing a lot of good work.
Oh yeah, they're doing a lot of great stuff.
Oh yeah.
The good thing about Earth Rider being so popular right now, you can actually get into all the other places, and you can sit down.
Ironically, when I went to Earth Rider, I was the only guy there.
Huh?
Yeah.
You go there at open?
Right when they opened. Yeah.
That's the time to go.
Yeah.
Take it from us old guys. That's the time to go. Right when they open.
On a Wednesday.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's been our random episode tonight.
Yeah. It's kind of fun coming in blind on some beers. Keeps you humble.
We'll call it the blind episode, even though neither one of us are blind.
Can't smell tonight, so I'm practically blind.
Well, yeah. Anyway, if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I just really
hope we don't offend the blind community now.
If we have, I'm terribly sorry.
I apologize to all of you. I'm a terrible human.
Yes. As you should already know by now if you've watched any of these episodes. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you should do that. Make sure you share us with a friend. Subscribe is down that way. Down that way. Nope, not up there at all. There's nothing up there. The bell is, I think, over here somewhere. Make sure you check us out on all of the other social media channels for if we decide to do a giveaway one day. You never know. We might. I don't know.
We should actually start hiding questions in this. Like, let's
do that.
I'm gonna ask a question about myself.
Watch next week. Because we don't have one right now.
Oh, I got a question. We can do it right now. I got a mystery question.
Hold on.
What is
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
Can anyone name my favorite style of beer down below? I've talked about it at least 3 times on the show.
Name it below. Maybe we'll have a prize for you.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Anyway, until next week, let me pour. I gotta have something to cheers with. Till next week with who knows what we'll have next week. I really don't know. We'll see you then. Prost.
Stay frosty.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.